Hey y'all, it's Callie. Literally one person asked for this, but I live for making tutorials. So I love making collage posts, if y'all have not noticed, and this month's has been my favorite of all time. Um, it's very cutesy. Took me a very long time. First, you're gonna download Scroll, and then when you open it, it looks like this, and you're gonna go to blank. And I like to use their backgrounds and I like doing one of the textures. I feel like it just makes it look better. I've tried a gradient before and I just didn't like the way it looked and I always go back to a texture. So, here's this brown canvas cardboard thing. Anyways, and keep it in the 4:5 ratio. That is the ratio that Instagram uses. So when you click your picture to add on Instagram, like it will upload like that. Anyways, um, I pretty much always start out with the frames. So you just click the plus sign, then frames, and then you click the plus sign on the frame to add the image. Um, and then you can reposition the image in the frame, but I'll show y'all that in a minute. And no, I'm not showing y'all my camera roll. I also really love using the stickers that they have on Scroll. I think they're so cute. So I'm just scrolling down, scrolling. Anyways, sorry, that was cheesy. To find the little postcard one. Uh, it comes blank, so that way you could either leave it like that, like just as a background thing, or you can add your own little something something to it. Like I'm gonna add a stamp. I'm just gonna use the same cloud picture I took today as the stamp. And I'm going to show you like how I got the cutie little border and everything. It's literally so simple, but I'm just resizing it to fit within the little stamp thing and positioning it. And then I'm going to click text and you just go to the little dots. And I think I did 6. I think 6 is a good size. And at first I colored it blue, but I was like, okay, I'm trying to make a tutorial, but like it needs to be aesthetic. So eventually I do change it. So don't worry, the blue stays for a second, but it does change. So then you just size it to what you need. And then to be able to make it the same size, I duplicate it. And then I'll put it on the bottom, duplicate it again, and add to the sides. Um, you know, duplicate again, add to the other side. And that makes sure that everything's even and nice. I'm not sure if I explained the little plus sign at the bottom is where I'm getting everything. And I just chose an image to be like the little picture on the postcard. And you're just going to position that to how you want it. Um, And I think at this point is when I was like, yeah, the blue's gotta go, even though it's just a tutorial. Like it needs to be brown. Um, so there we go. I'm gonna change the color. So here I changed it, but I didn't like the way that color looked either. So you just click edit text and then the color, and you can go to the color wheel or pick a different color that they have. You can also use a dropper in the top to pick a color out from your post or from your little collage thing. But I already had ones picked out, so I'm just going to delete the blue ones and duplicate the brown one. Now we're going to click the plus sign and click text, and then you just type out what you want. I just thought of something simple. Um, so I was going to do outfit of the day. Um, and you can, again, pick the color. I chose the same brown that I used for the stamp border. And then you can just position it how you want. Click text again, and then I'm going to type out outfit. You can see that. And then I'm going to change the text, the font. I really like Signature. I think Signature is probably my favorite font. I think I've used it in every single post for the past few months. And then I have to move the outfit like so many times because I keep accidentally clicking on the border. But now I'm gonna add day to of the because I thought I was gonna do outfit of the and then day in the cursive font as well, but I decided against that. So now I'm just gonna sit here and figure out what I'm doing with the font to make it look good. Hated that. Changing it again. There we go. Again, for something quick, I think it's still, pretty good. So that's what that looks like. Now I'm gonna add another frame. And this is the other frame that I really like to use. So I'm just going to position that how I want it. And now I'm going to add a picture. To keep it cohesive, I chose another outfit picture. And then you just click on the middle of the picture to reposition the picture rather than the whole thing. And then I mean, I don't think I would actually use this, but it's just for the tutorial. So that's what the first slide's going to look like. Now I'm going to move on to the next slide. So I decided to show y'all how I do the big picture instead of the texture for the background. So you just size the picture to match, to be within the frame of the slide. And you can zoom out to be able to look at that. And when the side turns green, that means it lines up with the edge. So, and then you can move it down to fit within the frame so you don't see any. And then that's what that's going to look like. And now we're going to add the camera. So go to frame, and then there's so many to choose from. I just chose one, and then the green lines are going to help me get it in the middle. Once I get it lined up in the middle, I'm going to click the plus sign just like the Polaroids to be able to add a picture. I decided to add this beautiful picture of me and my best friend, and then I'm going to position the picture to be in the middle. And now I'm going to add more. No, I'm going to add a little like something something. I don't know what to call it. I think this is the masking tape, but it kind of just looks like paper. I'm gonna make it to where I want it. Gonna flip it around until I figure out what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna add more text. Moving on to the next slide, I'm gonna try and show y'all how I did the Polaroid strip of pictures. Um, so the only strip picture that they have is this one, and that did not match my post. So I just used the longer looking Polaroid that I like to use, and I'm just going to duplicate it and make a strip out of it until I like the way it looks. And then you just add whatever pictures you would like. Again, I just chose random ones. So now I'm going to show y'all how to make a sticker or to paste an image into your post. Just going to use this one as an example. You just hold it down and click copy instead of add sticker. And then you click the plus, paste, allow paste, and then you just position it how you want it. Now on this slide, I'm going to show you how I did the pocket thing. If anyone was curious, the pocket is a sticker in the summer section. Uh, there it is. And then I'm just going to position it to be kind of in the middle. And then I go to frames, add Polaroids, and position them how I want them. And then I'll click arrange and put it in the back so it's in the pocket. I just added a random picture, and then I'm going to repeat the process to add another picture. You can make them however big you want them or small. For the little decorations on the pockets, I looked up pictures of cute pins or brooches, and then you're going to repeat the process like you would do to make a sticker. And just size it to the size you want. Most of the flowers that I use in my post are ones that I've taken, so I just copy and paste them. Simple as that. And then you just position them how you want them. Again, I'm just throwing this together to show y'all an example. Now I'm going to show y'all how to add another little layer, and then you can click slides, the little dots, delete, and then you can hold down on the layers and move them around however you need to. Whatever you need to do with the layers. Scroll is pretty easy to use, and that's why I love using it. And it also just has so many cute little stickers and templates and things. Now there are some things that you would have to pay for. I don't pay for anything on Scroll. So I just use what it has, and then I just kind of, if it doesn't give me something that I want, I will look it up on Google and make a sticker out of it, or whatever. Another great thing about Scroll is it lets you preview what it would look like in a post. So as you can see, I click preview, and then you can click layers to, that just shows everything that you've put on here, and it can help you find something if you've lost it and bring things to the front if they're in the back rather than doing the arrange. And then again, keep it on the 4:5 ratio. I totally forgot until I was literally about to upload it that I didn't show how I add the stuff behind the pictures just to add a little more texture and a little more interest. I didn't like that sticker, so I went back and chose one that was more cohesive. Again, even though it's a tutorial, like, you need to really see what I'm doing. So I just picked a random sticker and then you just arrange it to go to the back and then size it how you want. Then I'll show you all again with a different sticker. This time I went to the Scribbles, I think is what it's called. And I chose this one and then put it behind, and then you can size it to fit the entire post if you really wanted to. And then you can click this export button and you can save it to your camera roll or upload it directly to Instagram, which either way it's going to save to your camera roll. But I just like saving it personally. I don't want it to mess up in Instagram, so I just save it to my camera roll and post it that way. But yeah, and that is how I got my April post. Once I have a theme, it doesn't take that long at all, and I love working on things like this, so 2 hours is like nothing to me, but it's usually not that long. I'm really just a perfectionist, honestly, but it usually doesn't take me 2 hours, I promise. Maybe it does, I don't know. I don't really keep track of time. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm not the best at voiceovers, so I do apologize. My P's are a little exaggerated. That's also because I don't know how close to hold the mic or how far away. And these are really cheap earbuds that I bought in a random hotel in Houston on my way to my AYC trip. So, forgive me.